Hey everyone, this is the week 2 video. Okay, here we are. I have a lot to kind of go over, so I want to split this up into about 3 different videos, 10-minute videos. I'm starting my 10-minute timer, so however long we get through this one in 10 minutes will be great. And then I'm going to record 2 more and post those all up there today. All right. So we're going to go kind of fast just because of I want to make sure that I get through everything in these 10 minutes. Okay. The overview of these lectures, I'll be covering this information, assigned work for this week, a connection to real life, how to write the perfect paragraph, integrating quotes into your writing, which is what you'll do this week also, how to do this week's work. All right, and then essay 3, a reminder of future assignments. Okay, so this week we have the assigned work that we're doing is that you're going to need to read Story of an Hour and also read The Adulterous Woman. Both of these are posted on on Blackboard, all right, under Units. Go to Units. Short stories. Okay. Here are the assignments. I will go over them more in detail next towards the end of this. All right. I'm just showing where they are. You're going to need to read the Story of an Hour and also The Adulterous Woman. And the Story of an Hour is in short story readings. All right, Story of an Hour, boom, right there. And then in file down here is The Adulterous Woman. Okay, it's in this PDF. It's just the first short story. See, there's all of these. You can read all these on your own if you want to. The Adulterous Woman, and then here it is. Okay. I might as well, it's 13 pages long. And then it ends right there. All right, it's a good story. I like it. You can print both these off, because next week I'm going to go over a more in-depth analysis of the 2 stories. And after you read them initially, and I want to annotate some of the texts, so that way you can get a deeper understanding of the story and about what's happening, what's going on in it, and you can write on your text just as I'm going to write on my text. If you look at the assignment here, it says that you're going to answer 1 through 6, and all of your answers should add up to 150 to 200 words total. Okay, and so that looks like this. You're going to have your Word document. It's MLA formatted, Story of an Hour responses. You're going to have 6 questions, and each of them are only about a sentence or 2 long, about 30 words per response. Because when I highlight it, I can look down here and see, look, this has 181 of a total of 693 words highlighted. So I've highlighted 181 words. Well, when we go back here, your response only has to be 150 to 200 words total. So that's about a sentence each. The Adulterous Woman, you only are picking three of these 6 questions. You pick 3 of them. And in all, you need to have at least 300 to 400 words written total. So that's about minimum 100 words per response. And so that looks like this. Okay, so like one response is a paragraph. Okay, if I highlight this, it says this is 165 words. That's like actually real long. 3 of these responses adds up to 496 words, well into the requirement. Okay, so I'm going to be grading you on length, quality of writing, and your analysis. Now, you might read the stories and you don't really understand them. And I understand that, okay? First week, you read them and you try to figure them out. Second week, I will read them and provide some analysis to you. But I don't want you to rely only on my analysis. So here this says, make sure to support your points with at least one secondary source from the library database. All right. You need to find an article in the database that helps to explain these stories. All right. And so you need to do a bibliolead or biblib. What's it called? You need to go back to units, analyzing literature, and the libguides. Back here. All right. Galileo. Search the catalog. All right. A literary reference center. These things are where you should go to help find information on that will help explain and make you better understand, or help you to better understand the stories. Okay. So that's what's due this week. From current slide. Make sure those are done and submitted, and I'm going to grade them for accuracy and quality of writing. Okay. But I want you to understand something before we move forward. Why this class matters. And I have 4 minutes to explain this to you before the end of this first video for this week. Why this class matters. So I know a lot of you are like, look, why are we learning necessarily about how to analyze literature? Because even though I'm not going to be an English major, I am a nursing major. I plan on going to engineering. I plan on doing these other things. Why does this matter? And it's because look, interpreting texts is interpreting people. You will be part of this society, whether you want to or not, and you will have to interact with other humans. And every single person who's out there on Earth, they are a walking, talking novel. They're not a nonfiction text. They don't tell you exactly the way they are. They are a novel. They are a walking story that you have to interpret and try to figure out. People won't always tell you what they're thinking or what they're feeling right away. You have to interpret their behavior from the clues, from the context clues. So that's like employers. Your future boss. You're going to need to figure out what your boss wants to hear, what your boss likes. Every boss is different. Some people prefer this, some people prefer that. Same thing with professors and instructors and teachers, all right? And so you need to try to give them what they want if you want to benefit. So you need to interpret this. They won't always tell you. You have to be analytical and be able to read the cues, the social cues, the signs, look at patterns in behavior, and profile them and figure them out. Same thing with significant others, all right? Boyfriends, girlfriends, spouses, all right? They won't always tell you the way they're feeling at all. Unless they're, you're in a therapy session with them. But you got to figure them out. It's your job to love them and to accept them for who they are, and they won't always be able to express to you how they feel. And if you want to have a good, successful relationship, you got to do the hard work of analyzing them and figuring it out. Same thing with your children. Oh man, kids don't know anything about what's going on in their heads. But you got to figure it out. You got to understand them. You have to see them for who they are. You can't just fully read a book to know them. They are the book. I mean, of course, I support reading parental books and reading about how to be a better parent and all that. I did those. We're still doing that. We're reading right now, The Conscientious Parent. But at the same time, though, every kid has his or her own little things going on inside of his or herself. So you need to be able to interpret your kid and understand how they are existentially and uniquely. And then, of course, just your friends in life, your people, your acquaintances. They're also living texts. They're living, breathing, walking, talking novels. They all have their own story. They all have their own history. They all have their own background. They all have their own things that have happened to them, their experiences who make them the way they are. And we have to do that because, look, when we understand characters in novels, we understand people in our real life. And we become more empathetic to them. It can deepen our relationship. I have been able to relate to other people solely by reading books where characters have gone through similar things that people in my life have gone through, but that I have never gone through. Okay, and it gets you to understand people's behaviors and why they are the way they are. Especially if you read books about people dealing with addiction or trauma, it helps you to understand people in your own life who have addictions and gone through trauma as well. All right, it opens up our perspectives, it helps us to be better, more creative. All right, so this class matters. It's not this book. This class is really not about books. It's not about stories. It's not really about that. All right, it's about understanding humans and interpreting communication and information. Okay, so I hope you understand that. I hope you gain some perspective. I hope that might make this class much more doable, tolerable. All right, those kind of things. All right, I'm going to end this one. I'm going to end this clip, this video, this 10-minute sequence. All right, this is the end of part 1. I'm going to go to part 2 next to talk about paragraphs and integrating quotes. All right, so hopefully you just go and you'll click on the very next one. God